Studying abroad is a major commitment of time and resources. In this section, I will cover the fee estimates detailing what is included and what is not. I will also share some basic information regarding scholarship opportunities and other on-campus resources to assist in your financial planning. Additionally, I will go over some practicalities for banking, purchasing, and budgeting during your time abroad. You all should have received an email from the program manager for your program with your acceptance letter and program fee estimates attached. If you have the fee estimate sheet easily available, or if you would like to pause this video and retrieve it, it may be useful at this point. For all CSBSJU programs, there are 3 categories of expenses that you will need to plan for as you prepare to go abroad. The first 2 categories are the billable items that will appear on your account from CSBSJU. Your tuition and some fees will remain the same regardless if you are on campus or off campus. However, since you will be abroad for an entire semester, if you're on a semester program, you will not need to pay for campus housing or campus food service. Another item you will see on your bill will be the Education Abroad program fee. This will vary program by program. Your program fee estimate document details the specific things that are included in your fee. Please review that document thoroughly to ensure you budget properly. For example, some programs have meals included in the fee, while others do not. All your financial aid will remain the same as if you were on campus for the term that you were abroad. This includes merit and need-based aid like state or federal, grants, loans, or institutional aid or scholarships, including music and art scholarships. The only exception is student employment. All programs will be billed by student accounts in August for fall programs, December for spring programs, including embedded, or May for summer programs. If you typically work out a payment plan with student accounts, those arrangements will apply to study abroad fees as well. However, if you have questions or concerns about those arrangements, please connect with student accounts directly. Please be aware that even though your program fees will not be billed until August, December, or May, a cancellation may mean that you will still be responsible for some, if not all, your program fee. Please review the cancellation policies. If the program itself is canceled by CSBSJU, students will not be charged a program fee. If you find that you have a credit balance on your student account, that credit will not be available until the first day of CSBSJU's on-campus term. Please note, your semester program may start before this date, so you may need to make arrangements with student accounts to have this balance sent to your home address, and you will want to work out a plan to cover any expenses that occur before you will have access to those funds. We have covered the expenses that will be billed to you by CSBSJU. In this section, we'll cover the expenses that may be required for your program, but not billed through the schools. Now is the perfect time to start planning and building a budget. On our website, you'll find our Financing Study Abroad page. It has additional resources on the costs, financial aid, scholarships, and budgeting. On our Building a Budget page, you will find a link to our Study Abroad Financial Planning Worksheet. On this worksheet, you will be able to insert all the required budget items needed for study abroad. Then you can also input all the resources you'll have to apply towards those expenses. Naturally, if you prefer to create your own or wish to continue using the current budget app you use, this can just act as a helpful resource. When building a budget, make sure to consider the timeline of costs to determine pre-departure costs such as airfare, passport, possible visa fees, depending on program, in contrast to on-site costs like food, laundry, and transportation. Please check your program fee estimates to see if meals are included or not. For many of our programs, daily meals are not built into the program fee. For these programs, students will have access to a common kitchen space. Cooking rather than eating out is one way to help keep costs down. This might be a good time to start cooking with a friend and accumulating your favorite recipes from family and friends. But if you don't worry, there is always Google and YouTube. On the back of the fee estimate sheet, you will find a section entitled Personal Expense Estimates. These estimates are based on averages shared with us by past students. These are only estimates, but they can be a good starting place when making your own budgets. Budgets are really valuable, as none of us are traveling with a Bill Gates budget. So planning ahead, being realistic and strategic can help your dollar go further with greater impact. It will be important to prioritize while also maintaining flexibility. If you are dying to have tea at the Savoy in London, you'll want to budget for that. However, if you got a chance to go to the Great British Bake Off's final episode, festivities, you may change your mind about the Savoy. Your budget can also help you meet your goals, not only in your pre-departure planning, but also while on site. You can keep up with your budget with the original worksheet or using some great budgeting apps like YNAB, Trail Wallet, or Mint.com. Download a few now to give them a try and see what works for you. Eating out frequently or getting a venti cappuccino every day really starts to add up. While abroad, you will also have to budget for exchange rates and think about how far your US dollar will go in your new home country. For places like China or Thailand, your dollar will stretch further than places like London or Rome. Our office asks all students for feedback after each program. We specifically ask for their advice on budgeting. Here are a few of their top tips. Be thoughtful about how much is spent on food, drinks, and social activities. Buy groceries and cook at home. Don't spend money on things, spend money on experiences. Keep a log of what you spend and on what. Figure out your travel priorities. You can't do it all. If you find after you make your budget that your estimated expenses for the time abroad are greater than the resources available, then you'll need a plan to cover the difference. If you determine that additional financing is necessary, we do encourage you to speak with financial aid directly. Their contact information is on the program fee estimate sheet. Now that we have made a budget, it is also necessary to start planning how you are going to access money abroad. The best way to access cold hard cash will be with a debit card. In all your locations, there will be an ATM right in the airport. Your debit card gives you a better exchange rate rather than exchanging cash at the airport. It is possible to exchange US cash before leaving home by ordering foreign currency at your bank or exchanging cash at the airport here before you leave. This is not the most economical way to access foreign currency, but if finding an ATM after getting off a long flight would cause you a lot of anxiety, getting a small amount of cash as backup to start might not be a bad idea. Before you go, talk to your bank about the dates of the program so they can make a note in your account. It is certainly no fun to arrive in a new country only to discover that you can't access your funds because your bank flagged your transaction as fraudulent activity. For any card, be aware of its fees. Each time you make a purchase or take money out of the ATM, there may be a 1 to 3% transaction fee from your bank in addition to any specific ATM fees. If your bank charges large fees, it may be wise to take out the maximum amount of cash you can at any one time to limit those fees. If you start planning early, you may find you prefer a different credit card or a different bank. Call and ask about the fees for international transactions for all credit card or bank card purchases or transactions you will make. Call about each specific card you take with you. Please be smart about what you carry with you when you are out and about. You should avoid carrying large amounts of cash. You should also leave any debit cards or credit cards you don't intend to use in a safe place rather than carrying them with you. With some simple precautions, you can avoid the unnecessary stress from accidents like leaving your coat or bag on the bus with all your cards or cash in it. Along those same lines, make copies of both sides of your cards like you do with your passport, keeping one at home with someone you trust, and take one with you or keep it in a secure digital space like Dropbox or RoboForm, for example, for easy access while abroad. Also, it is wise to have a backup option such as an additional credit card or debit card or cash. Before you go, you might want to download an app that allows you to check the current exchange rates. This will help you with your budget as well. Going abroad for a semester does entail additional expenses. There are scholarships available specifically for studying abroad. It is best to begin your search sooner rather than later. Some scholarships have specific early semester deadlines. There are websites that list numerous scholarships in a clearinghouse fashion, such as goabroad.com, gooverseas.com, studyabroad.com, or iie.org, to name just a few. Some scholarships are linked to specific program partners like FIE or CEA, or a specific country like the Japan Bridging Scholarship. Some scholarships are tied to specific financial aid you may be receiving, such as the Benjamin A. Gilman International Scholarship for Pell eligible students, the Fund for Education Abroad, or the Freeman Asia Scholarship. There are scholarships tied to particular areas of study, like the Boren Scholarship, or connected to the armed services. If you have a parent who is an active duty service member. Specific CSBSJU departments have scholarships as well, and you can utilize those funds for studying abroad. The Center for Global Education also has a specific scholarship for study abroad. There are resources on our website in the Financing Study Abroad section. We like talking to you, and we encourage students to set up a Zoom meeting with us to discuss which options would be best for them.